Let's start with the second slide now. This is the most interesting slide of this entire program. Also one of my best slides. It's called word stresses. This slide will actually tell you in your English language which word you have to stress and which word you don't have to stress to make your language sound like more interesting. Yes, stretches are very important in any language. Otherwise, language will become very monotonous. Stretches actually add novelty to your line, and it actually creates interest of the other person to stay in the conversation for a long time. Well, let's understand what is word stress. Now, a lot of people ask me which word to stress while I talk in English and which words I don't have to stress. It doesn't happen normally if you speak your own native language. You want to know why? Say, for example, I'm a native Hindi speaker, so whenever I speak Hindi, I speak with all the emotions. So I don't really have to worry that, where I have to put the stress or where I don't have to put the stress. But if I'm trying to learn or speak any other language, I will obviously get confused because I'm not emotionally attached to that language. That's why my language can sound very boring because they will be without any stresses. So with word stress, we will understand on which word we have to put a stress. That's how this slide talks about word stresses. Well, in English language, we have two sets of words. One is the content words and one is the structure words. Now, content words speak a lot of it themselves. Content means the entire content. Content word means that these are the words which will have the entire message. Yes. And structure words are the words which are used to make a sentence grammatically correct. Now, if you look at written English, we use multiple of structure words. But the trick here is that in spoken English, if we use least structure word and we use maximum content words, then your language can sound very interesting because now you're not so a lot of people they're like they ask me that give me one tip by which I can speak a very crisp language. So for those people I have this little tip: use maximum content word, because use the words which has the lot of messages in it, and structure words use least structure words. Now as you look at the slide, you will actually understand what are content words and what are structure words. Content words are noun, verbs, adjective, adverbs and interjections. Basically in a line, all the words which has the message in it will be content words. And what are structure words? Structure words are article, pronoun, preposition and helping verbs. I mean, they are used to make a sentence grammatically correct, but they have no messages in it. So there's no point stressing them. Now, which word to stress to add emotion in your language? Of course, content words, because they have the messages in it. A very classic English statement that says, I didn't say he stole the money. So, what are the content words? Of course, content words are here money, stole because it's a verb, didn't say it's again a verb. They are all the content words. Now, each time I stress a content word, you will understand how it changes the entire meaning of the sentence. Yeah, let's try it now. The first word says, I didn't say he stole the money. That means I am noun. So it's I. If I stress the word I, it's like I didn't say he stole the money. That means somebody else has said it. I am not saying. Now let's stress the verb in it, which is didn't say. Right? Now, I didn't say he stole the money. That means I WhatsApped it or I have written it. Yes? Now, again, the meaning of the sentence changed. Now, if I have to stress he, okay? I didn't say he stole the money. That means I'm not saying he has stolen the money, but somebody else has stolen the money. Now, if I stress the word stole, I didn't say he stole the money. That means he's borrowed the money. Yeah. Now let's stress money this time. I didn't say he stole the money. That means he has stolen something else. Amazing, right? As in a sentence, whenever I was stretching one content word, it was changing the entire meaning of the sentence. Yes. As now we all know that content words are the one that I have to stretch to add emotions to my language. Now, which one to stretch is depending on the question that I'm asking. Say, for example, if I ask, are you saying that he's stolen the money? And I'm saying, I didn't say. That means I'm stretching I. I'm telling the answer. I didn't say. Similarly, depending on the question, you have to choose a content word that you need to put the stress on. That's a very simple and a very handy tip. Number one, just to sum up this slide, number one, use maximum content words in your speech and use least structure word while talking in English because all the messages lie in the content words. Structure words, there's no message, so there's no need to waste your time in speaking a lot of structure words. Like if you're talking about something about, maybe about a glass again, then you can just say, this is a glass. It has water in it. Now I'm using this has a glass and it has water in it and it does this and it does that. So each time I'm using a lot of structure words, people lose track on what message I'm actually trying to deliver. So here I have to keep in mind while talking that I have to use very less structure words and I have to use more and more of content words. And now which content word I have to stretch? Again, depending on the question which is being asked from me. Yes, so very easy to remember, I think. Use it and see how it changes your life.